Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Pirates of the Caribbean and Johnny Depp. Synonymous with one another, aren't they? In fact, Captain Jack Sparrow and Johnny Depp effectively made the Pirates of the Caribbean a franchise. He was the predominant reason why people kept going back, and yeah, they declined in quality overall, and they declined, obviously, in their box office receipts as a result of that. But you can't really argue that Captain Jack Sparrow and Pirates of the Caribbean, they are one and the same. So it has seemingly been quite a bizarre turn of events where Disney wants to kind of resurrect this franchise without Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow. Especially when they're like, well, it's not strictly a reboot. It's like, well, what is it then? Why would you not include stuff? Why are you looking to go into the future when it becomes boring and, you know, the sort of swashbuckling nature of it just disappears? What are you doing, Disney? But, you know, that's a whole other discussion surrounding their creative choices because they just seem inept at making anything decent these days. However, we've got a bit of an update, and it's seemingly a rumour floating around, which we've had on and off, okay? An on and off rumour that Johnny Depp is going to return in the new Pirates of the Caribbean film. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. Please do hit subscribe if you are a returning viewer that's not yet subscribed. I can see a lot of you guys from the analytics that keep coming back to the channel. About 50% of you. It'd be really good if you could hit that subscribe button because it really does help a channel out like mine. If you're a returning viewer and you are a subscriber and you want to help out a little bit further and you like my content, I do have a Patreon. It is linked down below. I don't actually plug it enough, but check it out. There's hundreds, if not thousands of hours of content on there. Check it out. It's the first link in the description box. Anyway, so here it is. This is the article anyway. It's from the Disney Insider. And this was published 2 days ago now. So I'm a little bit late to the party on this, but it's only kind of just surfaced on my radar. Hence doing a video. And it's pretty much straight down the line. Rumour. Disney's gearing up for production on the next Pirates of the Caribbean film with Johnny Depp. Okay, cool. Good. I mean, that's good, isn't it? Obviously. You know, this is a man that had his life completely ruined by Amber Turd. I covered that trial extensively here on this channel. It was an interesting time. It was a really, really interesting time. But covering that trial extensively definitely made me more, I don't know, sympathetic, I guess, to Johnny Depp overall. I was relatively sympathetic anyway, but I held my overall judgment until the trial happened, as I think most people should do. You know, you can have your internal biases, but you should withhold judgment fully until everything is kind of shown. And yeah, it made me really sympathetic to Johnny Depp. You know, he's had his entire career completely destroyed by effectively a bunny boiler bitch, which is just brutal, absolutely brutal. So I think this is good news if this is true. But let's take a look at the article. And it says, it's been a while since we got a substantial update on Disney's next planned installment in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. In fact, the last time Jerry Bruckheimer, who's the main producer of that, by the way, spoke to any of the trades about the film was this past December. And even then, he said that the film could go in two possible directions. Speaking with Variety, the Hollywood producer said there were two alternative scripts for the next film in development. One that could bring Johnny Depp back into the series, and another that would move in a different direction. Now, Depp's involvement seemed to be entirely dependent on whether he and Disney could reconcile after the highly publicised fallout following his defamation trial against Amber Heard. Now, he went on record and said, I'll never work for Disney again, even for, I can't remember the full quote, it was like $100 million and like 1,000 alpacas or something like that. It was a weird quote, but it was a fun one. So he has gone on record and said, no, I wasn't going to work with them. But it says this, while it would be easier for Disney to move forward without the actor, the Disney Insider have received some information that suggests he will be returning after all. Now, one source tells us that Walt Disney Studios is quietly gearing up to begin production on the next installment of the series at One Hollywood soundstage. Although there is no timeline for when production will officially begin, we have heard that this entry will feature the return of Johnny Depp. Now, there's a few things which I don't know whether I wholesale believe this. And the reason why is that they're talking about a Hollywood soundstage. Disney has been moving all of their productions to the UK. And this isn't because, oh, UK's great, blah, blah, blah. it's actually because of a tax break situation, right? The UK is very, very good in the film industry. Obviously, we have really, really good crews, really good sound stages, Pinewood Studios, world famous. But the reason why Disney's been moving all of their productions to the UK has been a massive tax break, because obviously their films are rocky in the box office sense at best, and they receive a 25.5% tax break from the UK government. And it's not even a tax break. They literally receive over a quarter of their production budget back, just given back to them. It's not tax break, they just get that money given back to them. So, yeah, it's interesting. They still pay tax, but they get given a lump sum back. It's quite an interesting way to do their sort of Hollywood accounting. So this is why I don't 100% believe it, you know, because when they're saying, hey, a Hollywood soundstage, I'm like, well, that's surprising, because Disney has been moving things to the UK. But whatever, you know, I just thought I would say that anyway. Unfortunately, we couldn't get any other details about the production, and we could not get a second source to verify the info either. That is why we have decided to run this bit of info as a rumour instead of an exclusive. For that reason, like every other rumour we run on the site, we also do want to urge readers to take it with a grain of salt, at least until either Disney or any other major trades confirm or debunk it. Before Bruckheimer's comments to Variety in December, there were a flurry of rumours making waves on the internet. One involved Ayo Edebiri starring in a movie that would have passed the torch to a new generation of younger pirates. That would have been awful. Another involved a brand new reboot of the series altogether. Whatever Disney's plans might be, if our source is right, we are confident that we'll get some news about the Pirates film very soon. So there you go. There's not a lot to say here. They do bang on about the other situation where there's been some other comments about other Pirates of the Caribbean movie reboot rumors and things like this. You know, there was the Margot Robbie one, whereas that one was, it was stated that it was binned off, but then Jerry Bruckheimer was like, no. I think that script will come forward at a certain point. We developed two different stories for Pirates, and the other one's going forward first, so that's what we're working on to try to get that one made. So it seemed really bizarre, but the films have been a huge moneymaker for Disney, as they say here, 4.5 billion at the world box office. I mean, that is crazy. That is a lot of money. It's a lot of cash. I mean, if they can get Johnny Depp back on board, this will be relatively successful. It will be. You know, it doesn't make sense to not have him in it if they can get him. Disney should put all of their issues to one side, because for a box office, you know, fiscally sound decision, getting him on board is the right thing to do. Even if it costs them $100 million for a paycheck, genuinely. Because if they keep the budget down on this, obviously that will be factored into it, but if they keep the budget down, it will make money. So there you go. I don't have much else to say. It's a rumour. It's an interesting one. I think it'll be great to see Johnny Depp back on the big screen just from that perspective. Again, he is Jack Sparrow. You know, he still dresses up as Jack Sparrow and goes and helps kids in, well, just putting a smile on their face when they're in hospital and things. I mean, that's something, isn't it? That's quite something. What a nice chap. So there you go. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.